and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
One dead, another in hospital after shooting outside Scarborough High School. Ontario to release economic statement on November 14, Finance Minister says. Person critically injured in early morning crash in Midtown, Toronto. You gotta make it scary. Ford releases pumpkin carving video as government prepares legislation to stave off education workers' strike. Absolutely not, ex-chief slowly says when asked if he was looking to assign blame. Police released TTC security video of man wanted in Scarborough sexual assault investigation. This is Toronto's weather forecast for Halloween.
Those were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details.
Ontario is set to release its fall economic statement on November 14. Finance Minister Peter Bulletin says the province will be providing an update on its plan to build. He announced last month that Ontario ended the last fiscal year with a $2.1 billion surplus, a far cry from the $33 billion deficit projected in the budget thanks to inflation and a strong economy. Last week, the province's financial watchdog said it projects budget surpluses for the next 5 years. But the Financial Accountability Office said the progressive conservative government is not being transparent about how it plans to spend money over the next several years. A report from the watchdog said the government current spending plans contains $40 billion in program funding shortfalls over 6 years, though it also contains $44 billion in unallocated contingency funds. This report by the Canadian Press was first published October 31, 2022.
It's for the people that would have us never build anything.
One person is dead and another is in hospital after shooting outside Bulletin Collegiate Institute in Scarborough Monday afternoon, police confirmed. Police say the shooting happened just before 3:30 p.m. in the school's front yard. A male victim was located with gunshot wounds and was transported to hospital in life-threatening condition. He was later pronounced dead in hospital. A teenage boy was also transported to trauma center via emergency run after bringing themselves to a local hospital, police say. Bulletin Collegiate Institute was initially placed under a lockdown while police conducted a sweep of the premises. However, at around 4:30 p.m., police began escorting students out of the building. Parents are being told they can attend the southeast side of the school at Dorrington Drive and Ellesmere Road. So far, no arrests have been made. Police said that a suspect was seen fleeing the area going westbound and is described as a black male wearing a black jacket and a COVID mask. One person is in critical condition following an early morning collision in Midtown Toronto. The two-vehicle crash happened shortly before 12:45 a.m. Monday near Yonge Street and Glen Grove Avenue, which is south of Lawrence Avenue. According to Toronto Police, the driver of a 2008 white Ford Edge was traveling southbound on Yonge Street at a high rate of speed when they rear-ended a 2016 red GMC Sierra that was also traveling southbound on Yonge Street. The driver of the Ford became trapped inside the vehicle. They were extracted from the vehicle a short time later and taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. The person operating the GMC was also transported to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Yonge Street was closed in both directions at Glen Grove Avenue as traffic services investigated but has since reopened. Anyone with the information, including security video or dash camera footage of the crash, should contact police at 416-808-1900 or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 416-222-8477. A lawyer for the Ottawa Police suggested Monday that former Chief Peter Slowly was concerned about losing his job and was looking for someone to blame several days into the protests against COVID-19 mandates in the capital city last winter. "You were pretty concerned that you would lose your job and be blamed for what had happened," Ottawa Police lawyer David Mijikowski said while Slowly was testifying at the public inquiry into the Emergencies Act. Slowly empathetically denied the suggestion. "Absolutely not, sir," Slowly responded. "And what you were looking for was to blame somebody else?" Mijikowski continued. "Absolutely not, sir," Slowly said. The testimonial Slowly resigned as Ottawa Police Chief at the height of the weeks-long Freedom Convoy. Press that gridlocked the city continued Monday at the Public Order Emergency Commission. The Commission of the Inquiry is examining the circumstances around the Liberal government's decision to invoke the Emergencies Act for the first time in history on February 14, the day before Slowly stepped down from his role. The Emergencies Act is meant to be used when an urgent, critical, and temporary situation threatens the lives, health, or safety of Canadians. The provinces are thought to lack the capacity or authority to respond, and the crisis cannot be handled effectively with existing laws. The former police chief did confirm he took a more direct role in the police response to the protest after he lost some degree of trust in his deputies. He said he was concerned after his deputies named a new event commander without telling him, but that he never fully lost confidence in them. The officer who was appointed to the role without his knowledge was still under review at the time of his leadership after a 2021 street party got out of hand following a University of Ottawa football game, Slowly said. Slowly has been repeatedly accused of creating confusion and dysfunction in the ranks of the Ottawa police during the protest by not abiding by the chain of command. Slowly says all those accusations have come secondhand. Absolutely everything asserted about because come through a rumor or something that went around the station. That's the only thing that I have heard so far, he told the commission. The inquiry has so far painted a picture of conflict and confusion within police services and among all levels of government after the convoy's arrival in Ottawa in late January. This report by the Canadian Press was first published October 31st, 2022.
And I just want to, full disclosure, I'm not a pumpkin carver, but here we go. I think there's kind of a resemblance. Right?
Premier Doug Ford has taken to social media to show off his pumpkin carving abilities as his government gets set to table controversial legislation which would impose a contract on school support staff. In a 2.5-minute video posted to Twitter on Monday morning, Ford is seen carving a pumpkin and reflecting on some of his favorite Halloween traditions. Always be careful with these knives, he warns as he cuts out a hole in the top of the pumpkin. You gotta make it scary. In the video, the premier remarks that there were always pumpkin carving contests at his house growing up and that he continued the tradition on with his 4 daughters. Then instead of scooping the seeds out, the premier proceeds to use his bare hand to remove them. My favorite thing to do is to get your hands in all this junky stuff here and then separate the seeds. Put them on a pan, put some salt all over them and put them in the oven. Then you are going to have some great pumpkin seeds, Ford said. In the video, Ford lists Halloween and Friday the 13th as among his favorite scary movies. He wraps up the video by showing off his completed pumpkin and holding it up to his face. The pumpkin includes crooked teeth and 2 bulging eyeballs that Ford stuck to its exterior. Full disclosure, I am not a pumpkin carver, but here we go. I think there is kind of a resemblance, he says. The release of Ford's pumpkin carving video comes as tensions continue to build between his government and a skew local representing approximately 55,000 school support staff. On Sunday, the union provided 5 days' notice that it plans to strike. However, the Ford government promptly announced that it would be tabling back-to-work legislation in an attempt to ensure children can remain in school. Q presents school support staff, including custodians, librarians, and early childhood educators.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.